So hi, Ellie, Jad, thanks for joining me today. Good. So can you tell me a bit about how Woopra came to be, the idea behind it? How was it developed?
Well, it all started like 1.5 years ago. I had this idea about live having I want to watch my visitors on my website, and I couldn't find a decent analytics and tracking service online. So I decided to start working on some project, that a personal project, to help me do that. So I couldn't start myself, so I needed a partner, and I met Jad in a competition in Morocco. They chose us to represent our university in Morocco in a competition.
Okay.
So I told him about the idea, and we were excited about it. And in a couple of months, we got an office and started developing and started thinking much bigger.
You said there's no decent analytics tracking system out there. Does that mean, you're not a fan of Google?
I do like Google Analytics, but I don't like the fact that it's updated every 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
And so I publish a post, for example, on my blog. I want to see right away what's happening on that post, who's reading it. And with Google Analytics, you just find numbers. You don't see visitors, you don't see countries, who's reading it right now. You cannot see this.
Right. Well, getting into that then, can you tell me a little bit about how it works? Because that's a really interesting aspect of it, right? The fact that you can see your visitors live.
Well, you should put a JavaScript in the footer of your website, and every time a visitor opens a page on your website, it will ping our servers, and we'll have a bunch of infos which are transferred directly to a desktop application on your PC. You see, for example, from which country, which city, what language, what pages is he viewing, and it also gathers some data from the servers, some historical data, like this is the first visit, fifth visit, 10th visit. Okay, this is important to see the level of.
To see how many repeat, like which ones
yes,
repeat and such, right?
For every visitor, and the time spent. This visitor has, for example, spent like 5 hours since last year. This is important.
Well, since the two of you kind of co-founded it, how do you divide the responsibilities?
Eli takes care of the client and website and all the graphical things. I take care of the servers and the infrastructure that captures all the events and transfers the data from each website to each client accordingly. And we are working on expanding and adding more servers and to have more room to expand the number and accommodate for the growing number of accounts that we receive every day. We are expanding, we are adding more servers. We want to move to dedicated hardware, because we actually currently we approve each website. Someone has to sign up and wait for our approval. We have to make it automatic, so they just sign up and they are ready to go.
How many people do you have signed up right now for your beta?
When John introduced Woopra, we were looking for 200 invitations, but we had a lot of advertising and many requests. We ended up having 25,000 after 3 months. And still the list is growing and growing. So we have to find a way to
accommodate it.
Yeah,
great. Well, since he does the infrastructure side, what are your responsibilities?
Well, I'm the graphics freak, if you want to say. So this is one of my hobbies, actually. Have eye candy graphical user interface and stuff, and I've been working on the website. Actually, the website is WordPress.
Okay.
It's a WordPress website.
Nice.
And we have another members area, which is a Java server. We've created a way to make them work together, join them. And I work on the client application. It's also a Java application.
On the topic of Java, I was told that you're doing some pretty unique things with the way that you're using it and the way that you're working with it.
Yeah, I rarely find a Java application that has a nice graphical user interface because their built-in graphical user interface is not that they didn't work on it. So I've created all my components from scratch, but I wanted to prove that you can create a nice graphical user interface with Java because everyone thinks that a graphical user interface with Java is always that bad.
So you're kind of showing that
Yeah.
it can look nice too. Well, can you talk a bit about the socialization aspect of Woopra?
Well, the nice thing about Woopra is this aspect, the socialization, because everyone is used to see numbers, analytics, graphs, and stuff, but you don't see names. So if I'm a blogger, I have people commenting on my website. I want to see them by names. I don't want to see visitor number 1, visitor number 2, or stuff. So we have a certain process that transfers the name of the users from, let's say, WordPress to the application. You can see their names instead of just their country or their IP address. So you get to know your user much better. So about the chat feature, yeah, this is kind of new. When you see a visitor on Woopra in the live section, you can start a conversation with him just by clicking a button and type anything you want. Like, wanna chat? Click here to chat. A small pop-up appears on the bottom right of the website. When the visitor clicks on it, as the conversation starts, you can reply, you can send them again messages.
So even if the other person doesn't have Woopra, they can still...
Yeah, it has nothing.
pretty neat.
He just has to have JavaScript enabled. Yeah.
Where do you see Woopra going? Where do you want to take it?
Now that we have attracted so many bloggers, I think it's time to start focusing on the business side of Woopra. We will be working on the SSL support and campaigns management. So if you are an advertiser, you can manage campaigns on Woopra, and if you are selling, let's say, cameras on your website, you can see what's being sold on your website, long-term historical data and analytics of your sales, where your visitors are coming from, where to pay more money.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to tell me a little more about Woopra.